Hey guys, what's up? How ya doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on a new episode of One Piece's new chapter, which is on chapter 1035. This chapter right here was actually pretty cool, and I'm looking forward to the next chapters after all. And hopefully, Oda, I hope you take your breaks for Christmas and New Year's, okay? I'd rather see you take good time to relax, to spend time with your family, or to think about something else to not overwork yourself. So if anything else, let's just get this started. We see to it that Sanji actually beats Queen, and he actually sent him flying out of the Skull Dome, which I go like, oh my gosh, Sanji really gotten strong, and he finally has his genetic modifications awaken here and there, and he ends up finding a mouse that the woman is looking for, and gives it back to her, and we see to it Sanji ends up having nostalgia when he actually fed a mouse one time again, and we see to it that, Sanji, I guess he must be very exhausted, and then he ends up fainting while the woman screams out, somebody please get the first aid quickly. And we go back to the scene with Zoro facing King, and we see Zoro actually doing a lot of damage on King by not only just cutting him, but also his mask off. And we have to it, Zoro realizes that King is only fast if he has his flame on his back that goes out, We see to it that Zoro also realizes that his defenses also gets weaker at the same time, We see to it that King ends up having a teared mask and he rips it off, And the Kaido subordinates are saying, oh my gosh, it's true. Black wings, white hair, and dark brown skin. The world government is offering him 100 million bounties for any information on. But King, on the other hand, uses his flames on his back and ends up damaging and hitting him with Imperial Dragon, And we see to it that Zoro says, hey, the castle was already burning up enough as it was. That's no way to treat your men off. You better off be focusing on me than throwing a tantrum. So the government is that interested in your kind, huh? Want to tell me about your race? And King ends up looking at Zoro and says, why the hell should I tell you? You're going to die soon enough. And Zoro and King clashes once more, And we see to it that that Zoro and King trade blow for blow in terms of swordsmanship and attacks from a zone, And we have to it that Zoro's like, I gotta finish this battle quickly. If I keep dragging this out, this sword is definitely going to kill me. And we had to it, King agrees, saying that he's actually close to his limit as well. And we have to it, Zoro says, we're in the same boat then, but you've had your share at the top. Now you gotta make room for us. And we have to it that Zoro thinks in his mind his race being special doesn't change anything for me, And Zoro ends up going into King of Hell 3 sword style, and we have to it that King tells Zoro, don't get ahead of yourself, punk. Kaido's son is going to be the next Pirate King. And we get to see a backstory with King and Kaido, just a little bit though. We had to it, Kaido actually saved King from the tortures of the government here and there. And we have to it that King therefore asks Kaido, can you change the world? And Kaido says, yeah, believe it, I can change the world. And we have to it that that Kaido asked him his name, and King's original name is actually Arbor, and we have to it that that Kaido decides to name him King, saying that you have the power worthy of a stronger name. So stand by me, and I'll never sell you out. That's a promise. From today onwards, you're my right hand man. And we had to it that King continues to clash against Zoro, Like I said, Zoro ends up using a King of Hell 3 sword style Purgatory Onigiri, and we have to it that that the attack that Zoro did on King did not do any damage, And we have to it, King responds by using Imperial Flaming Dragon, and the fire that Zoro sees is like a flaming magma, We have to it that that King was trying to steal Zoro's swords again, but lucky for Zoro, he manages to back off and uses possibly Haoshoku no Haki and says, you're not taking away these swords of mine ever. And we had to it that that King continues to tries to attack Zoro and he kicks him in the face. But we have to it that like that Zoro realizes since he's being fast, Zoro can cut him, and he actually cuts him by using bird dance, you know? And we had to it that after King kicks Zoro in the face, Zoro responds by cutting him right in the center of his body, you know? And I thought in my mind, oh my gosh, so he finally knows how King's powers work, you know? So we had to it that like King says, so you've caught on to how my powers work, don't you? And Zoro's like, that's right, ready to admit you're beaten right now? And we had to it, King and Zoro clashes against each other, exchanging blow for blow, sword to sword, you know? And we had to it as Zoro says, looks like you're blocking now. What happened? What happened to them having no effect on you? You seem scared now? And we had to it that like that King says, your kind is too inferior for you to have prayer against me. And Zoro's like, that's the kind of thinking I hate the most. And we had to it that King says, I'll remember you as a decent swordsman. And Zoro's like, if you survive me, I'll scar you so bad that you'll never forget this fight. And we had to it, King ends up activating Imperial Guardian Fire Dragon and launches it at Zoro. But Zoro responds back with a stronger attack version of his own, saying, King of Hell, 3 Dragon style. 103 senses, and King can only stare in shock to see that Zoro's attack connected by not only cutting him, but also his right wing. And we had to it that Zoro, like I said, Zoro ends up cutting the Imperial Guardian Fire Dragon with like King of Hell 3 Dragon style, 103 senses, and cuts King very badly. And the chapter ends there. So, I thought the fight with King and Zoro was pretty interesting. The way I look at King, you know, when he activates his flaming powers, I guess it helps him out, but when he doesn't have it at all, I guess he could be cut or something. I don't know. But all I know is like Zoro finally knows how his powers work. Like knowing that he's being very fast and all or something, etc. Well, in other words, Zoro ends up saying like he's fast. He's faster when the flame on his back goes out, but his defenses are very weak, you know, etc. So pretty much without the flames that King has, his defenses are very weak, you know, etc. So I thought it was a pretty cool fight, you know. Although like I was hoping that like King might put up a little bit more of a fight here and there by using maybe some hockey abilities here and there. But I guess him and Zoro actually already been clashing for a while now. But anyways, I'm looking forward to the next event of what's to come. Whether it comes to Kid and Log taking down Big Mom, or Luffy continuing his fight against Kaido with his new ability of Haoshoku no Haki, and hopefully we get to know a little backstory about Kaido himself, you know? Yeah. Anyways, yeah, pretty much we get to know that King was an experiment and so was Kaido, but they both escaped and Kaido recruited him, you know? And a person, which I don't take credit for, actually made a comment that this is actually similar to what Luffy and Zoro went through. Luffy recruited Zoro by saving him, and so did Kaido saves King and recruits him, you know, etc. And yeah. Anyways, the only thing is, I was hoping that King might have Haoshoku no Haki, but I guess like that's not the case. But I guess that's fine. But anyways, I am looking forward to like the next event and chapter. Oda, like I said and repeating myself, take your breaks, man. I mean, take your break for Christmas, take your break for New Year's. You're gonna need it, and I want you to relax and calm down and not overwork yourself and stress yourself out, you know? So, until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Zoro. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot!